all been in environments where we've had the flavor of the month. We've had programs that have come and gone. And what I think is lacked in a lot of those environments is where we've really connected all the elements of those programs and really transformed the culture, really the mindsets, the capabilities, to be able to really drive us to a new level. So what we tend to try to do is drive that business case for change down to each individual person. It varies at a corporate level. What happens in the corporate headquarters is important to corporate headquarters, not as much so in the individual manufacturing facility. So we have to find a way to talk to people really where it's relevant, where it's meaningful, and where it's actionable to really drive that business case for change and to get that engagement and involvement from all of our employees. I would say one of the pleasurable things that we've seen of unintended consequences of the engagement and operating system is really what it's done to inspire the employees. The amount of transformation of their roles and where we've really been able to move people out firefighting and move them to where they can actually start adding value and being much more strategic in what we do and really driving performance. It is tremendously transformational to an individual who has a history of coming in and fighting the same issues over and over again, to see those things put to bed and to see the ability for them to actually take on more. And what you find is your employees are capable of doing so much more than we've given them credit for. So we as leaders have to play the role of servant leaders, making sure that we're teaching, we're training, we're coaching, and we're actually bringing out the best of them. Because when you invert the pyramid and you think about how many production employees we have, when we can reach the full potential of those employees, that's really when we can deliver what's possible. First of all, I'd encourage the leadership to spend time together and really understand what it is they're doing. Make sure they understand. They don't have to be versed to a degree to be able to execute every tactical component of it, but they need to understand in principle and align why they're signing up for an operating system. They also need to understand what it is that they seek to achieve out of the operating system. And that alignment is absolutely critical, because we want to make sure as leaders that we show a unified front. We don't have breaks in the ranks as we transform the balance of the organization. I would say that's probably the area that I would say is the biggest challenge, is to make sure you get your leadership aligned and that we're truly walking the talk. I would say the major challenges that I've seen in an operating system is, first of all, is alignment. It's so critical to get the alignment. People tend to want to move very fast and maybe not be as thorough. And I'd say what my advice and my counsel and my learnings have been is to ensure that there's full engagement and there's full alignment across the leadership level. Making sure that we're not only talking about the business case for change, which is the why, we also can articulate the vision of where we want to go, which is the what. And then as importantly is bringing to bear the programs to ensure that we're teaching people how. And then we're moving together to transform and to be able to bring everyone along with us. If you move too fast, you choke the organization. If you move too slow, you starve the organization. You've got to find the right pace to really be able to drive the change, which is big, it's cultural, and you can't be underestimated, but it's got to be at the right pace for the organization. Performance Solutions by Milliken really was a key asset for us. And I would say the advantage that we found with Milliken is the know-how, the wherewithal, the comprehensiveness of their approach. What we lacked when we started our journey was really the knowledge base, the expertise. And we had actually a misstart. We started, and in so doing, we basically took a book and started to implement from A to Z. The reality is, I say, the advantage that Milliken brought to us is, given their years of experience, their knowledge base, they were able to give us a much better practical solution that we were able to augment our people, our lack of knowledge base within the organization, with their practitioners to really come in and help accelerate our journey. I would say it was great to have partners there that actually were knowledgeable, were experts, but also incredibly practical to be able to help us in our execution.